Welcome back, guys. So it's been a while. It's been a long time. Longer than I would have liked it to have been since I put out a video. We're standing in the Koality. Nothing's changed. It's the same way it's been since the last Koality update video I put out. I haven't been working on it without you. What I have been doing is collecting a lot of trees out of the back part of the property, small diameter trees for the rafters, I guess you'd say. I want to build this thing out of the lumber from my yard, so I'm not going to the lumber yard and buying lumber at extremely expensive prices that they're at right now. So I'm trying to build this as inexpensive as possible because it is a big structure, and it's going to be 16 foot wide and hopefully close to 80 feet long. That's a lot of lumber, and I can't afford that price at the price of gold at the lumber yard right now. So we're building it from trees off the property, and it's taken a while to get the trees in. Along with that, our fire season has been quite extreme, to put it the least. We've been called out on a lot of fires in and around this area. I've also gone to a fire outside our area to help out with water, just taking a big tanker truck out there and supplying their brush trucks with water. So I've been trying to help out as much as I can with the fire hazard that we have. And that takes me off the property, and it also wears me out a lot. So by the time I get back, I'm kind of pooped and don't feel like getting out here doing a bunch of manual labor. But I will take you around and I'll show you what I've gotten done in the past 10, 11 days, however long it's been. Hang out for a second. We'll take a little walkabout around the yard, and I will show you how many logs I've drug in from the back of the property. Now, as far as the rafters on the Koality go, the small end of these trees is going to be about a 4-inch diameter, and it's going to go up from there. The small end is going to be on the downhill side, and there's going to be a support, I think, every 4.5 feet, so it won't be spanning a whole lot. Plus, I'm going to have one of these rafters every 1.5 feet. I need 60 of these rafters, and by my counts, I've got about 43 so far. The bigger stuff is going to be the logs that's going to hold the rafters up. Look at a small stack here that I've drug in. I've also got a much larger stack up here. Now, most of these up here are going to be rafters. There are some bigger ones in there, bigger one right here. Most of those are gonna be rafters. Probably about half of those down there are rafters, and half of those are posts. And then miscellaneous stuff over here on this side of the fence line. I don't know why I put it over here, but I decided to drag it down the driveway. And I've got, what, 3 or 4 right here, a little stack down there. Tons of logs, and these are all dead pine trees. These are not live trees. I don't like to cut down live trees. The beetles come through my property and they kill off the pine trees every year. The more of a drought we're in, the more trees the beetles kill off. So at least I can use the wood, you know, I mean, there's a bonus to it. I get free wood, free firewood out of it. And a lot of the smaller stuff that I'm cutting down right now that I'm using for rafters on the Koality, I would be using firewood because it's too small to mill. I won't put anything on my mill that's, I'd say, less than 9-inch diameter. So if it's not millable, it's firewood. And if it's too small to deal with firewood, some of these small trees around here that they're only, well, maybe 4 or 5-inch diameter at the base, those get cut down and thrown in a burn pile. So at least this way, I'm using a lot of the dead pine on my property to make a building that I can grow food in. It's kind of recycling, sorta. Anyways, we'll head up to the shop. I've also got some projects done up there. Well, one of the things I've been tinkering with in my spare time is this 16-foot log. This is a tree that I dropped last year. It's kind of rotten at one end, but I'm hoping that the majority of it is still good. It's a nice arced log. I can't stick it on my mill because of the arc in it, but I'm splitting it right down the middle, slowly, right down the middle. Come right down, and what I'm hoping is that, number one, this log isn't completely rotten in the middle. I want to make 2 benches, long benches that are curved, that I can put outside my house to sit on. If I have a gathering, maybe a barbecue or something like that, people have some place to sit on kind of a unique little log there. So we'll see. We'll see if that turns out to be punky in the middle. It does take a long time to cut it down the middle. Have to keep sharpening that saw blade and keep going at it. And like I said, that's just kind of in the spare time when I don't feel like doing anything else. Let's head inside the shop. Well, as you can see behind me, we've got another section of the shop ready for concrete. I was going to pour concrete down this other side over here first and then do the whole center section last. But I have a whole bunch of stuff over here that I can't put in the center of the shop and still have the concrete truck. I'm hoping the concrete truck can back up in here and dump. I've still got to check with the concrete company to make sure I have enough room outside for them to be able to straight shot right back in here. I was going to check with them on the first pour, but totally spaced it in and amongst all the activity of doing the concrete. If they dump right here, I can take this stuff, put it on the concrete, and form up this last pour, plus about 5 feet outside the door for an apron, and pour that whole last piece in one pour, and we will be all done with the concrete in the shop. I want to get the concrete done in the shop in the next, hoping, month. Fingers crossed everything goes right. The reason this got done, instead of more logs out of the back of the property, because I have lights in here, I can work in the evening. When it's harder to work, I don't want to be out in the back part of the property at night using a chainsaw, fire danger. Yeah, I'm kind of pooped in the end of the day. This wasn't too hard to form up. A lot of the ground was already level. Just cutting the boards, putting the forms up, putting the screed boards up, raking some gravel around. Got done real quick and easy. So we'll call tomorrow and get concrete scheduled for this, and I'm hoping that it'll be out really quick and easy and get that part done, get this shop fully concreted and ready to get some work done in it. Other than dropping trees, forming up concrete, playing around with a log, there hasn't been much going on around here. I have been out on quite a few fires. Like I said, fire danger around here has been pretty high for a while. A lot of high winds, makes for the fire moving pretty quick. A couple new experiences with fires. Number one, I got to be around for a retardant drop on a fire I was working on. That's a first for me. I've been around, have a helicopter come in and do a couple water drops. Been in a couple fires where that has happened, but never one where there's been a retardant drop. So, new experience. It's kind of different because everybody has to back away from the fire to let the retardant, the plane with the retardant come in. That way they're not dumping retardant on top of you. You don't want to get that stuff on you. And it's very heavy as it falls down from the sky in a big chunk. It will actually flatten a truck pretty good. So everybody backs away from the fire. Plane comes in, drops the retardant, and everybody goes right back in. Normally, I don't have time to take pictures of a fire. It's just not high on my priority list to take pictures of a fire as I'm fighting it. But with the downtime, you gotta back away from the fire, let the planes do their things. Back away from the fire, let the helicopters drop a bunch of water. You don't wanna drop that on you either. It's a smaller amount, but you don't feel like taking a bath in a, 7, 8, 900 gallons of water. Not my idea of fun. So you always back away, gives you a little bit of time to take some pictures and reassess a fire, see where you're needed most. So that's what I've been doing. Hope y'all stick around for the Koality build and the concrete, everything that's going on around here. Spread the word about the channel. Let everybody know what's going on. Until next time, go make something.